You're watching Poindexter Lounge for the Unity.
What's up, nerd family? Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. My name is Enosh, aka Enosh Fett, and it is good to have you with me in the lounge today. It's good to be in the lounge today. It never seems to go without fail that when you're pressed for time and you got stuff going on, something happens, something crazy happens out of the blue. And so I apologize to all of you that we're a little late today, but we're here. We are starting a little earlier. I mean, this is like if I was streaming at 3 a.m, because usually I am streaming at 3 a.m. No, but hey, it is good to have you guys with me in the lounge. Now, look, if this is your first time to the lounge, just know that the Poindexter Lounge is a place for nerds. It's a place where you and me and my crew can get together and talk about the things that we love, things like TV shows, movies, games, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books, superheroes, toys, and so much more. And if those are things, ladies and gentlemen, that get you out of the bed in the morning, that get you fired up, that get you making your eggs and bacon, or you know what, maybe just having a protein shake from Premier Protein. Premier Protein. It's the protein shake that I go to now with oats. Yes, blueberry. No, they're not paying me. I wish. But I do drink a lot of Premier Protein because I'm all proteined up, baby. But hey, if those are things that get you going, then please hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell. Maybe you're just a fan of protein. Maybe you don't even like this nerd stuff, but you just love protein. And so you know what? We'll talk about protein if you want. Whatever it takes. One person at a time. And so please hit that subscribe button and join this growing community of nerds. Now, that being said, today is going to be a special day in the lounge. But before we get started, I do want to say a shout out to all of our nerd family. I want to say a special shout out to all of our Patreon supporters. You guys are fantastic. We appreciate you guys so much. I can never put into words how much we truly appreciate you guys and are thankful for all of you. And of course, all of our members as well. I got to add 2 more members to this that we got just in our last broadcasts, and so I'll be adding them. But thank you to all of our members. You guys are fantastic. Look, this week you'll be getting an announcement about a members and Patreon only stream that will be coming up. We had one scheduled for a couple of weeks ago, but then we had some issues with the channel and stuff, and so we had to cancel that. And so I appreciate you all sticking with me. Now, as you know, that if you are a member or a Patreon supporter in on top of all the perks that you get with doing that, I mean, for as little as $1 or $2, depending on what you choose, you can get emoticons, you can get all kinds of fun stuff. You get access in different ways. You get videos that you won't see otherwise, commentary and vlogs and stuff like that. But also, we like to do a giveaway every month. And so I've got this month's giveaway that will be for February. And this is pretty cool. And I know that my guest back here, he's shaking his head. Yeah, he's got his thumbs up in the back because he knows what this is, because he's got one, ladies and gentlemen. You too could be as cool as Dawson if you get the, I don't even know if you can see it. It's too bright. It's too bright. There we go. It's Batman Noir, the Long Halloween. So there you go. That is this month's giveaway. And all you got to do, there's 3 ways you can do this. You can be a Patreon supporter, a member, or if you give a super chat at any time during the month, your name is put into the mix and you could have this at the end of the month. All right. So stay tuned for more on that. We may give away a couple of things this month. We did last month, and we gave away 3 giveaways last month. So we'll do a couple. So maybe we'll do this around Valentine's Day. How about that? Nice little Valentine for you. A little long Halloween for your Valentine's Day. All right. So thank you guys. We just like to give a little bit back. That's just my commercial. And I'm wearing my commercial with my brand new gear. I got to say a shout out to Darth Tasty. A lot of you guys know Darth Tasty is an awesome member and supporter of the channel. And he's in the Philadelphia area. And he messaged me the other day and he said, Enosh, he said, it was so cool. I went out today in my 2 cents on nonsense shirt. And if you don't know, we do this show on Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern time, and it's called 2 Cents on Nonsense. And we talk about all the craziness that goes on in the world and all the crazy theories and stuff that people make up about Star Wars and other things. It doesn't have to just be about Star Wars, just a lot of times it's about Star Wars. But we have this really creative logo that our friend Jordan made for us, and so this is on a shirt you can see right here. And so Darth Tasty went out on with this shirt, and he got stopped by somebody who said, "Hey, you watch the Poindexter Lounge too?" And so like they met up, and he's like, he joked with me. He says, "I don't know. I guess I felt a little special. I thought I might be the only person in the Philadelphia area who watched the Poindexter Lounge." But he goes, "No, I am not." He says they met up, and so that's a cool thing. That is a really cool thing, and it's fun. Look, we're not some huge, stars or anything like that, so it's cool when stuff like that happens. There was a time actually that Tiffany and I were out eating at a restaurant, and a guy came over and he goes, "Hey, are you Enosh and Tiffany from the Poindexter Lounge?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so it's just cool. It's cool. It's cool to see our growing family of nerds when they meet up and they meet each other. And so thank you all for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Like I said in my my thumbnail, I had one thumbnail. I had this thumbnail at first, and I just said, look, because at first I was just going to talk about the images and the release date for the for Justice League, for Zack Snyder's Justice League. And I said, look, this isn't going to be the first one you see. This isn't going to be maybe even the best, but it's going to be the one by me. It's going to be the one that I do. And then all kinds of stuff started happening. So now we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got all that stuff to talk about. But then Ray Fisher, man, started saying some stuff we got to talk about. And then we got a Martian Manhunter quote. And then my good friend Dawson starts, messaging good old Zack Snyder. And Zack Snyder says, yeah, I'm going to give him an answer about Cyborg. So given that, we're going to bring the man in right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the lounge. You love him every time. Every time. I think that this man has gone above and beyond one step more. He just surprises me in many ways, and he is nerdy for sure in many ways. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the program, Dawson.
How's it going, man? How's it going?
It's going good, man.
And good. That book is beautiful. If I didn't have myself, I'd be like, dude, just give it to me right now. Don't even do the giveaway. Just give it to me. But no, like,
well, you were eligible.
I was eligible. I could have two of them. So I mean, I wouldn't be abject to that. But no, guys, if you guys haven't read the Long Halloween noir version, that's the way to read that story. Like, completely honest, like that's the best way to read it is the noir book. I have my own version right here. I'll show it off because I love it so much.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, dudes, it's like what, an inch thick?
Oh yeah.
It's a thick book and it's so dang good. In fact, I got this for Christmas and I read it. I'm pretty sure I read it all in one night just because I was so excited to get it. But like, look at that art. Isn't that something you'd want to read in noir? Like, look at that.
Oh my God. Let me blow you up here. Yeah,
blow me up. Tim Sale for the win, dude. Tim Sale for the win.
My gosh.
So
my
beautiful.
Gosh, dude. That and that's thing. I saw that and I was like, you know what? We've got to we got to make that a giveaway.
And then you got to get this too.
Killing
Joke Noir.
Oh my gosh.
That's beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
It's not as thick as the Long Halloween, but it's, oh, dude. It's fan-freaking-tastic. Then Brian Boland, freaking Alan Moore. Oh, man.
I think that he likes this stuff, ladies and gentlemen.
Just a little, just a smidge, just a teeny bit.
Maybe you do. Maybe just a little bit. Yeah. I'm looking for your post because I had like all these pictures saved. And one of them was your post, man. Do you have a picture of your post?
The one that Zack
with Zack, yeah, with Zack.
Yeah, let me pull that up.
If you can find it, yeah. Like I was trying to find it on your Twitter, and I didn't find it out. But we got other stuff to talk about. So first of all, ladies and gentlemen, we got pictures. We got these pictures. I mean these little things from Zack Snyder's Justice League. Over the weekend. So we found out we got a release date and we got new pictures, man.
Finally. Yes.
Gosh. Oh my gosh. All the speculation can be done. All the speculation can be put to rest because we now finally have a date.
Yeah. And I mean, there was a lot of back and forth battling about that. Like, what does it mean for Zack Snyder's Justice League with all Kong versus Godzilla and all that stuff?
Yeah.
And that's all set aside. And we're just like, thank goodness. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of people who are saying like, well, I would prefer this date or that date. And I'm just like, I just wanted a date. I just wanted to get it. Like, I didn't care. Like, yes, there's a couple dates that are significant. Like, March 25th was the anniversary of BVS, and March 20th was the anniversary of Adam Snyder's passing. And, like, those would have been cool commemorative dates. Absolutely. No question about it. But just having a date itself and it being an earlier date than we were expecting, it's like, all right, cool. Thank you.
Exactly. And that's the way that I look at it, man. Cause like, you know, I just, there's been so much talk about it, you know, and now that we're finally getting it, and I don't know, it almost doesn't feel real. You know what I mean? Like this whole process, man, I've been thinking about this whole process now for a while, you know, of going back to, because I'm making this video, you know, for the song that I'm releasing. And in there, I am putting some of the reactions that people have had when they found out that that it was, you know, that it was actually coming, right? That we got the confirmation of it, you know, all the people who you know, stuck with this, man, and just put themselves into it. And I was just watching the reactions from people. It's so fulfilling now to be on the other side of this, to know in our hearts that we were right. We believed in Zack. Zack was telling us this whole time, I've got to cut. All these people are like, nope, you ain't got to cut. You ain't got to cut. There ain't no cut. You're living in a pipe dream. Like it you know, and man. Right.
I mean, you summed it up perfectly. Like, it almost didn't feel real. Like when we got all those different posts that Zack was putting out there, then when it was announced, it's like, holy crap. And then waiting and finally have these actual posters, black and white posters that are so like dystopian. And it's just like, yes, this is exactly what we've been wanting this entire time. And having a date. Like, I think the thing that feels most surreal is the fact we know exactly when it's coming. The day that it's coming. We actually know that now.
Yes.
That's the thing that's made it to be like, okay, holy crap, this is like actually a thing. Like, I've known it's been a thing for several months, but like it's official. Like, it's this day.
Yeah, it's like we have a date. We're looking forward to it now. We know on the 18th that sucker's coming out. We're gonna be watching it. We're gonna clear the whole schedule. We're gonna have some fun. And I mean, just the discussions. Like the discussions we're going to have after that. Now, speaking of discussions, Tom Hanks Ballsack 69. He
changed his name.
He changed it again. He changed it. He's been changing it up. Yesterday, what was it? It was a couple days ago. It wasn't Tom Hanks Ballsack. It was oh God, what was it? It was Tom Hanks. I can't remember what it was because he changed it. But he was he. And now it's
It's almost worse.
But Tom Hanks Ballsack 69 with the $5 super chat, thank you, sir, says my day isn't complete without Tom Hanks Ballsack in my face. You get up in your own face? I don't
I think he just wanted you to say those words.
I think so too. Anthony, what's up? Yes, says let's go. 46 days left. Oh my gosh. Good to see you guys. Geeks Enjoy Neurotica. Kenneth, what's up? Good to see you, man. Jacob, Gabrielle, good to see you. Or Gabriel, I'm sorry. I said Gabrielle. I was looking at something else. Gabriel, good to see you, man. Anchorman's up in here. Andy's in here. Lots of good people in here, man. Nice. Rel, what's up? Rel says, I can't wait for Enosh to quote you, Tom. Someone is going to clip that for sure.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
It's going to zoom in right on Enosh's face.
Don't give me any ideas. Oh my gosh. So we are going to discuss this. We are going to discuss Sean O'Connell today. So stay tuned for that. But we want to start off with some positive stuff though about the Zack Snyder stuff, and let's go ahead and take a look at these pictures. Now I know that they've been looked at to death, you know, but like I said, this won't be the first video you've probably seen about these pictures, but this is the one that I'm doing.
And it won't be the last, I'm sure.
It won't be the last. No, heck no. But look at this, man. I love this picture right here.
The fact that he has them in black and white, the way that his cut has been for the longest time on his computer is awesome. And we even had the black and white trailer several weeks back, or maybe like a month and a half back or something. And the fact that they're all in black and white, showing how much darker and how much of a different take this is.
Yeah.
Like, because you look back at the original posters and stuff that came out once Zack was replaced, right? They're all bright and colorful and shiny, right? Whereas this one's like, nah, this is serious. This is hardcore. It's destroyed stuff.
Heck
again, signifying this is different.
Man. And just zooming in on this, man, just the destruction here. I love how this looks, man.
I love how like the top part of the concrete that's smooth is like shaved off, and like you see like the gritty underneath, and it's like all destroyed. And there was even somebody who combined all three together.
Oh yeah, like, yeah, I saw that.
That's my phone screensaver now. So
is it really?
Yeah.
I don't blame you, man. Yeah, like I just these just look fantastic. So you got this one right here, man, with the flag and the ode to the death of Superman,
as well as Seven Samurai.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Who was it? Did I see? Was it Jerry Ordway that tweeted about this? Like, thanks for the nod.
I'm not sure. I think I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the name.
I think it was either Ordway or Jurgens.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, it was one of them that did, because they worked on Death of Superman, and so they were noticing the nod here, but my gosh, just the all this destruction in the foreground, the background here.
You have the bat cowl, the trident, and
let's
shield.
Hold on a second. Okay, so we'll get down here. So right over here is Wonder Woman's shield.
Mm-hmm.
Right over here. So you got Wonder Woman's shield right there, and then where's Batman's cowl? Batman's cowl's a little further over, isn't it?
Yeah, right there.
It's like right here.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's the tactical cowl.
Mm-hmm. They got that, and then on the other side here is the trident.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know have you known of anything else that anybody has found in this picture?
Not in this one, but I do know in the one with the film reel.
Yeah.
They found that the actual film shows the shots of the Justice League at the end of the trailer when they're like looking at the flying fox. If you like optimize it enough, you could see that that's what's on that film. But in this shot,
I feel like this looks like something right here, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that because
what it looks like.
Because you have Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and I'm not seeing anything with like Cyborg or Flash.
Yeah.
Unless there's something we're missing. It might be a small, tiny detail. It's probably like a Where's Waldo thing where the first person
probably is.
Zack gets a giveaway or something.
I'm telling you what, man. I mean, like I'm thinking there might even be something in this area. I mean, like, because some of these things when people they lighten them up and they texturize them and stuff, and then it's like stuff jumps up out of them, and everything, and so
yeah, exactly.
So it'll be interesting to see if there is something else in there, but and then we get, whoops, I gotta make it smaller, and then here's the reel.
She said.
Nah. Okay, Tom Hanks, boss X69. But yeah, so here we've got the canister.
The Snyder Cut.
The Snyder Cut. Look, you can like him, you can hate him. I don't understand why you would hate him. The guy makes good movies. He makes thought-provoking movies.
Plus, he's such a great correspondent with fans. And
heck yeah.
He's such a fun director. He teases so much, and like, he gives his fans so much to talk about.
I love these because they're artistic pieces, about superhero movies. Exactly. About a superhero movie, for God's sake. So, oh man, like what wouldn't you love about this?
I don't know. I honestly don't know what you wouldn't like. Like, I just don't get anybody who's not liking these posters at all. I haven't seen any hate personally on my end.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've seen people be like, "Oh, it's just the same movie but longer," which just don't bother those people because they clearly don't want to do research.
Well, yeah.
But basically, my job for the past week has been going on things on Facebook and be like, just to clear things up for you guys, before you like comment with your uninformed opinion. No, this is not the same movie but longer. This is obviously a very different movie, and I tell them like the whole story, and afterwards,
absolutely,
and nobody else responds. They're just like, oh, I guess I don't know what's going on. It's like, you're right, you don't.
Yep. So I just that's what I'm trying to do. Look, I'm all about, Dawson is about education.
Oh, yes.
For people.
Yes.
Because I think too many times, we can't just go getting mad at people because they don't know.
Right.
I mean, that's the easy thing.
You got
like, what? You don't know, right? Yeah. Have a conversation.
Because that's the biggest problem with a lot of them, is just the fact that many of them just don't know. Many of them just don't know the history behind it, so you have to let them know, and then maybe their tone will change. But the problem is that I've seen is that a lot of people go to sources that tell them, like, there's even been articles out there that are saying, what was the one article that said, what was it, a revamped or, oh gosh, a redone Justice League. There was like a headline like that, and I'm just like, okay, no, this is not a redo. Like, not at all. This is the original version. And that's kind of a hard thing for some people to understand for some reason. Because it's like, well, the original version was in 2017. It's like, no, you fool.
No. We were led to believe that was Zack's vision completed, and it wasn't. It was the exact opposite.
Honestly, he really should sue for them putting his name on that thing. Like, completely serious. They probably could and win.
So I got to ask you, Dawson, what Anthony asked here, who are you looking for? What character or scene are you looking forward to most in the Snyder Cut?
Well, I mean, of course, I want to see more Cyborg. I want to see more of his character development and how emotional, like the emotional journey that he goes on, obviously, because it's a very interesting journey of someone being transformed to something that's alien, like legitimately alien. I'm also anxious to see the Flash and how different he is, and Ezra Miller's true performance without him having his face in Gal Gadot's stuntwoman's breasts.
Right.
I'm also just excited to see how much more intimidating Steppenwolf is. Like, honestly, I'm excited to see how much of an actual villain he is instead of a PS2, villain with Liam Neeson's face. And then just seeing Ben Affleck's true Batman performance in this movie. Like, there's so many of these performances that you can just go on and on about of what you want to see compared to the original. But I think those are the main ones. I think I'd have to go with Cyborg and Steppenwolf as the ones I'm looking forward to the most.
Oh, that's awesome. And just real quick, because I'm just going down, I'm catching up, guys, with the chat a little bit, reading some of your comments and stuff as we're going along. So I do want to say a shout out to everyone. Truth came in here. It was Dan Jurgens. Jurgens.
Okay.
Which, look, guys,
Listen,
I love me some Dan Jurgens. I just bought a bunch of comics yesterday, Dawson.
Nice.
I went to this place. So tomorrow is Tiffany's birthday. A year ago tomorrow, I was on Batu. I was in Galaxy's Edge, man.
Oh,
heck yeah, man. I was at Universal a year ago today. So I was hanging out with Harry Potter a year ago.
I don't like you right now.
And Transformers and like all kinds of stuff. It was fun riding roller coasters and everything. Wondering why are some people wearing masks on the airplane?
Yeah.
And then coming home to like, oh, okay. But no, man. So tomorrow is Tiffany's birthday. We're actually going to do a special stream tomorrow.
Nice.
For her birthday. And so you can all be aware of that. But yeah, man, so yesterday I took Tiffany, we went to a small town not too far from us, and they had like, I love going into thrift shops, and I love going to places, and there's this place called Jelly Beans. There used to be like several of these, Dawson. We used to have two in our town. The main one was in our town, and it got struck by lightning and burned down, and they had just tons of old books, comics, records, CDs, movies, but it was like mom and pop kind of place,
Yeah.
And so we would go in there and stuff. Well, this one that we went to yesterday, they've consolidated it all just to that store now. And used to have like 3 or 4 locations. Now they just have the one. And so Tiffany bought a bunch of old record albums for her birthday. And
Nice.
I got some really cool stuff as for giveaways, guys, for the channel. That's what I'm saying. We got some giveaways now to give away. I just bought this brand new today, the Batman Noir, but
yeah, I see it still has the wrapping on it. That's
yeah,
nice.
heck yeah. Yeah, well, it's got the wrapping on except for like right here because I just tried to take the price tag off of it and it ripped right there. So it's all sealed except for
it still counts
right there. It still counts. You guys know where my heart is. But dude, they had a whole room full of comics that I'd never seen before. And you know what? Actually, while I have you here, I can actually show you that room. What happened? You ever just like set something down and you're like, where the heck did it just go? Like I
all the time.
I literally just had this. We'll get to it at some point. Anyways, so it was a room full of comics, man. Oh, there it is because I set that comic book on top of it. But room full of comics, absolutely cool. And I found a ton of stuff for giveaways for the channel. And I'm just like, yeah, you know what? I think the people will like this one, and I think they'll like this one. And so, you know what else I did was I bought a couple of old books because we talk about, Star Wars a lot, and I talk about the Thrawn trilogy, and then I've talked about the Jedi Academy trilogy that came afterwards. And people are always like, yeah, I would love to get that and read that. So I bought that Jedi Academy trilogy to do as a giveaway. Dude. For the channel, for you guys. And then I also bought, I couldn't find the whole Thrawn trilogy, but I found the first one in hardcover. And so I figured, you know what, I'll eventually get all of them in hardcover and offer that set to one of our Patreon or members. Dang. And so yeah, so let me show you this video real quick because I took just like a 30-second video just looking around at the room, and there were so many comics in this room, and this doesn't even do it justice, dude, because literally a guy was like waiting behind me, and so I couldn't even spend the time because they even had more than this. But check this out. Like they had this. I purposely did this little spindle just at first because got to do that. And so they had look at this record that they had up. So up here they got a Transformers album. Yeah. Right? Like literally it's this Transformers album, and up there they got a Star Wars record. And over on the other side they had like a Super Friends record and like a He-Man record, but they don't sell those cuz they're decorations. I was like, "What? Dang. But check out this stack of comics that I had to go through to find some stuff. Wow. I mean, I was literally just like, oh my God, they got everything here. I mean, just tons and tons and tons. And this little room. And there's a bunch right there that like you couldn't even get through, dude. Like, there's no way. Wow. There's just no way. And so, yeah. So you guys, look, I've been doing my due diligence, but yeah. So I took Tiffany there, and so like bunch of Dan Jurgens, old, Superman comics, because we just had this whole discussion on Friday night when we did our WandaVision watch party. Yeah. And we got into this whole discussion at the end about Superman. I almost think I need to clip it because people were asking me about Superman and what I love about Superman. That's what I was saying. Like Dan Jurgens, Jerry Ordway, like those guys, man, John Byrne, they totally revamped Superman, and Superman has not been the same since. I mean, Superman has been this way. When you talk Man of Steel, that's these guys, man, and what they made Superman. And so that's why I was so excited to see Man of Steel in general. But I mean, dude, like
I got something funny for you. So I was talking to different people about Zack Snyder's Justice League on Facebook. And they were talking about like, well, Zack Snyder made Man of Steel, so I don't think it bodes very well. And I was like, if anyone says Man of Steel's a bad movie, it's just laughable. And they're just like,
yeah.
They're like, I've seen all the other Superman movies. I know how Superman's supposed to be. I was like, so wait, hold on, wait. So you've only seen the movies? Have you read a comic? Have you read the actual source material? Like,
Superman's been in comics?
Who knew, right? And I just thought it was hilarious. They're like, I saw all the movies. I know exactly what he's supposed to be. Is like, what? Like you have what? You have 6 movies.
You're killing me, Smalls.
I guess technically 7 with Batman v Superman and 8 with Zack Snyder's Justice League, compared to like what, hundreds of thousands of Superman comics.
Heck yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure one of these outweighs the other as far as influence on what the character should be. Like, it's just funny. Anyway, I thought that'd be fun to share.
No, it is, man. Look, a lot of us have those conversations, right? And I mean, and I don't know how it is with your channel, but I think, I mean, like, I'm sure that people get hate anyways, but it's like, we share so much on our channels. Once you get to a certain level of subscribers and, people seeing your videos and stuff, then all of a sudden here is going to come the haters, right? So there's always haters that are just like, Zack Snyder's trash. You're trash. Everybody's trash. Like, I don't know what it is with this world, ladies and gentlemen, with this idea of like everything is trash. Somebody called me trash because they didn't understand our watch party, that it was me and my family sitting on the couch watching the show. And I'm like, okay, so I'm trash because I'm doing a watch party with my subs who asked me to do this, and we all have fun together and chat and have a good time. I said,
That's the adjective all these people go towards. It's like, oh, it's trash. It's trash. Like, do you actually have a actual criticism? Or
like, what's the criticism here? That it's on my couch? Well, go get Disney Plus. I don't know what to tell you. If you're looking for Disney Plus and you're coming in here and watching me on the couch, then you're not getting it. Because I just told him, I said, it's not about me and my family watching anything on a couch. I said, it's about the environment. It's the environment that we're in. We used to just do, reviews after, a show or something like that. And people started asking, they're like, hey, can we watch the show with you? And I was like, yeah, I never even thought of that. Let's do it. And so it's fun. Watch parties are fun. I mean, they're so fun. Look, people are getting so into that now that, I mean, now you got like Disney Plus and Netflix offering that option where like you can, bring people in. And so we're actually going to do that this next week with our WandaVision thing. We're going to you can bring in like 5 other people into your little group. And so we're going to offer that to some people on Friday, so
muy interesante.
Yeah, man. So, so they can come in and watch it at the same time with us. I don't even know how that works, right? But
it's technology. I don't know.
It is. It's technology. Thank you, sir. I'm glad that you like the artwork. So speaking of Zack and Cyborg, especially, and this is a great segue. We talked about Zack now. So we've got these pictures. We've got a date, guys. Come on.
Yes.
Can we just not just sit on that? Like, come on, guys. We have got a freaking hard date.
We know what day we're all taking off of work in March. We know what day that is.
You ain't gonna see me on the 18th, man, because I'm gonna have to at least watch it twice.
Oh yeah, and I'm just gonna have it playing on a loop in my office all day. Just get that view count up as much as I possibly can by myself.
Heck yeah. So I'm excited, and I think, guys, that we just have to keep showing our excitement. And look, I want to encourage everybody watching, like, don't let this end at Zack Snyder's Justice League.
No, got to keep up this energy. Got to keep up this enthusiasm. Got to keep up this idea of trending the project, because if it just dies right away, then that kills the possibility of follow-ups, which, I mean, let's be honest here. It's what we want. We want this universe to continue. We want to restore the Snyderverse, right?
Yeah.
So,
and you know what, guys? Even if for some reason this is the movie that we get, right? If it just happened to be that happened, right? And this is the movie that we get, don't allow negativity to creep in. Because that if it turns out that way, somebody's going to have something to say about it, right? Let it go. Don't be angry. Don't allow yourself to get angry. Stay positive and remember what we have accomplished.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
$500,000 for suicide prevention. $500,000.
Dude.
And you know what's crazy about that? Is besides the early efforts to raise awareness and raise money for suicide prevention, have you seen any big trades reporting on that?
Nope.
How insane is that? Where else do you see a fandom, people who enjoy a piece of entertainment, raising $500,000 for a cause like suicide prevention?
That's sad.
It is.
That is so sad. It's so sad. It's like, because of look at all the hit pieces there've been.
Yeah.
all these publishers and everything have almost risen to the occasion, right? To throw Zack under the bus and call it a cul-de-sac and say it's going to be one and done and attack Ray Fisher and do all these different things. They've risen to that occasion to be able to speak their mind or be first, right? But something positive comes out of the fandom, or of course, call us a cult, right? Because everybody's in line to call us a cult, and
which is actually kind of funny because any group of people that believes a similar thing is technically a cult. So like, literally any fandom can fit that category. So I'm not quite sure what their point is there.
Well, because we come together, surrounding a personality. They think it's about a personality, but it's not even. Like, yes, it's about Zack Snyder, but it's not just about Zack Snyder. It's about Zack Snyder. It's about his family. It's about the tragedy that befell. There's a story here. That's like saying that, there's a story. When if people came together over someone else passing or something, and they all came together and they supported each other and they raised funds and they tried to do something positive and try to put a spin on that and say, well, that's a cult of people over there. This young girl died or whatever in a car accident or something. And these people came together and, and tried to do something positive. Oh, that must be a cult. How offensive is that?
That's insane. It's utterly ridiculous.
And these people, Dawson, have literally tried to make it be like, oh, well, he's just a stuck-up movie maker that he had to have his own way and had to argue with the studio. No wonder this. I've heard these arguments, dude. No wonder the studio wanted to get rid of him, because he's not that good anyways, and he was driving it into the ground and everything. And it's like, you either really don't know the story, you're just absolutely blind to reality, or you're an idiot.
Or you don't want to, either you don't want to know the story, you don't want to know, and you just kind of want to bash because that's just what you want to do, which is also just extremely sad.
Heck yeah. So I love this. Mario here says, I love Superman because of Zack. Before then, I was a 100% Batman all the time. And hey, there's nothing wrong with Batman.
Yeah, nothing wrong
but
with
I'm 100% Superman too, baby. So
I mean, I'm literally playing Arkham Knight right now as we speak, like on this big monitor that I'm looking at. So like, nothing wrong with Batman. But yeah, no, I can agree. Like, I've always liked Superman. He's an icon, of course. But like, again, Zack's one of those guys that may think of Superman differently.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, yeah, that's why I want a Rocksteady Superman game. That's why I need that in my life.
Guys, I got to try to reach out to Alex Ross.
Dude.
Seriously.
Yes.
I really do, because, like every time I encounter, I'm friends with him on Facebook, or I follow him on Facebook, I should say. And he just released a thing on like YouTube or something like that about drawing like some of these classic characters and stuff. Like he's got a picture of the Trinity or whatever. And he did a whole thing about it. And I was like, oh gosh, I got to reach out to him, man.
Yeah.
He's just got a way of presenting this. I mean, just, you know what I mean? Like, regardless of even what's in the book, I mean,
oh, dude, that's so pretty.
That's so. And have you seen the animation of this, where it's like the different steps of this, Dawson?
Oh yeah.
Where it's like he's got the shirt closed, he's got everything closed, he's got the glasses on, he takes the glasses off, rips the shirt open, and then like takes off. It's an awesome GIF.
So freaking good.
And I did say GIF.
Yes, because it's graphic.
Oh, yeah.
And speaking of people to reach out to, I recently reached out to Scott Snyder. Haven't heard anything back, but Scott Snyder would be a great one to have. Would be fun.
Look, I love Superman.
Yes.
Look, I love Superman. My son's middle name is Jor-El. Gosh, man. And I'm so thankful for Zack and what he's done with this. And so, yeah, for sure. So anyway, so our next topic. So you had a couple of questions for Zack. Right, Zack put out all this stuff.
Yeah, I had a question. Yeah,
you had a question. Now there was another picture, and I got to see if I transferred it over, because we got a picture of Cyborg.
Yes.
Right, as this picture right here. Whoops, you know what? Actually, I'm going to open both of them because I got two of them here. So we got these two pictures of Cyborg, guys. And you guys know. Look, I'm a huge Ray Fisher fan. You all know that.
Mm-hmm.
We've supported Ray Fisher. By the way, Ray Fisher's coming back to the Poindexter Lounge.
Nice.
Just telling you. So stay tuned for that. But this came out, and now we had seen all kinds of promotional stuff for this. I have an action figure of this. There's an actual action figure of this, but we didn't see this in the movie.
Right. Exactly.
Right? We didn't see this in the movie. I have this action figure, didn't see it in the movie.
I can't wait for the McFarlane version of this.
Oh, yes,
The
there's an
McFarlane
exclusive.
figure.
There's an exclusive McFarlane figure coming of this, ladies and gentlemen.
And of Darkseid, dude.
Oh, dude, 10 inches.
Oh.
A new Darkseid and Steppenwolf action figure coming soon, dude. I cannot wait to get those.
Do we know when?
No, they put out the information and there has been nothing.
Oh.
Like it went silent. And I'm like, you guys can't do this to me. You're killing me here. Come on. Like I swear to God, I swear to God, if they give it to Target and Target screws this thing up and I don't get a freaking Darkseid. By the way,
because like, I just got my Arkham Asylum Joker and that Flashpoint Batman one that you got me. Dude,
yeah,
the Flashpoint Batman one's so good. Like, look at this thing; it's so pretty, so well done, so well done. Yes, anyway,
very nice.
Sorry,
very no. You're good. But you know, big shout out to once again to Darth Tasty. Darth Tasty, thank you so much, Ryan. Ryan helped me because look, you all know I'm a big toy collector. I collect Black Series, Star Wars. I collect all Star Wars. I mean, right? But the thing is that they released a Mandalorian with the Child Black Series.
Oh.
Target exclusive. Could not get my hands on it. I've never even seen it in the stores. Ryan, you're the man. He messaged me.
You're glitching out a little bit, Enosh.
Oh, sorry. Here, let me try this. Let me try this.
Just being a little robotic.
Is that better? Nope.
Yeah, well,
that's not better.
I mean, you're not glitching out anymore. So. Oh, he's got his logo.
All right, am I back?
Yep.
We're back. Okay.
You unplugged your mic now. Well, this is fun. So, how's everybody doing today?
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
You're all good.
Sorry about
I heard
that.
the pop and I was like, uh-oh.
Anyway, so Darth Tasty, Ryan, thank you, man. He found it, man. You know, I got him the money and he sent it, and I appreciate Ryan so much, man. So yeah, nice. And somebody else helped me get a Cobra Viper for the G.I. Joe line and stuff, and I'm thankful for you guys out there looking out for me. But man, I swear to God, if I don't find a Darkseid, there will be hell to pay. Like I will attack all the way from here to Apocalypse on that one because that ain't gonna fly. I do have. Oh, come on! I know there's a couple here. I want to make sure they get to it. Goes to Walks. Two Walks with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. You do great
You're
work.
glitching out really bad again.
Really?
Yeah, you're like really robotic and like glitching. Every other word's kind of canceled out.
Oh my gosh. Here, give me. You know, it might be because I got like two sharing things up. Hold on a second.
That's possible.
All right, let me see here. I'm sorry. Am I still glitching?
No, you're good now.
Okay. All right, I apologize. So the Ghost Who Walks with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. The Ghost Who Walks says, you do great work, Enosh. Keep it going. Zack Snyder's Justice League is almost here. Yes. And it's still surreal. I'm so happy for Zack, his family, and the fans. Ghost Who Walks, I am right there with you. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm right there with you. It's so surreal. I told you, like putting this music video together for this song that I'm doing, associate producer. Watching people's reactions. I even watched yours, Dawson. I didn't even know you back then. I didn't even know you back then. And I'm watching you and you're just like excited and just watching people be happy, you know, because of the push for this and then actually realizing it. Man, you know, here's some great stuff here. Says Cristiano says, you're right, Enosh. The people raising money for suicide prevention aren't part of a cult. They're you know, I don't know if I'd call people a cult of Snyder fans. There's always toxic fans.
In any fandom. Yeah, absolutely. Any fandom has those.
Yeah, but it is what it is sometimes, and you have to kind of sift through that, right? You have to sift through that sometimes. Andrew Casali.
What's up, Andrew?
What's going on, my friend? Andrew, I am so glad to have you around here, Andrew, with a $10 super chat. Thank you, buddy. And says, I think that there are some nasty people who don't know how genius Snyder is and how Cavill is the perfect Superman and a worthy successor to Christopher Reeve.
Oh, yeah. Very worthy successor.
Heck yeah. I mean, he's dude, that guy's just a man's man. You know what I mean? Like, he's just muscles on top of muscles. I mean, like, you don't have to pad that guy's suit. You know what I mean? Like,
not at all. I mean, he made it his mission to not need pad in his suit. Like, they told him he could do that. He's like, no, I want it to be genuine. It's like, dude, you're the man.
Heck yeah. So thank you, Andrew. I absolutely agree with you. I'm so happy that we're getting this version. I'm so glad we're getting Henry in the black suit.
Yes.
And I really hope that we get to see more of Henry going forward.
Oh yes.
SK says, yes, Enosh, why I love you at Poindexter Lounge. Borg Life, let's go.
Yeah.
Ray Fisher is coming back. Heck yeah, he is.
Absolutely.
So I'll be honest with you, Mario, and maybe, I don't know, have you read any of the Future State stuff?
So I've been trying to get my hands on some of that, but but given between jobs at the moment, I haven't been able to invest in those things yet. But I've heard a teeny bit about it, but not enough to really form an opinion.
Mm-hmm. I've seen some of the artwork in some of the books. I haven't read them. The artwork actually looks pretty good.
Like, there was the gray metallic suit for Bruce Wayne's Batman with kind of like the helmet style thing, and I like how that looks. I think it looks very interesting. It's almost kind of Captain America-esque, which at first glance, okay, I can see what you did there, but I'm not really sure about it. But just looking at it, looks cool. I'm down with it.
Heck yeah. SK here says, Enosh is too happy. The Wi-Fi can't keep up.
It senses his happiness.
Hey now. Cylon here with it's not a stream unless Enosh mutes himself for 5 minutes. I try to do this as minimal as possible, and I have this device here, this Zoom device here, and I want to keep that way. But I got my mixer right back here, so I got a 16 channel mixer that I can use. I just, I probably should just use that. Hey Prime, I'm going to bring you in just a second because I just saw Prime is back there. But I did see this. Volchek says put a super sticker and 100 check
Corunas. I think.
Check Coruna. Yes. Thank you so much. So much for that. Appreciate you for sure. And we know Dawson's good enough to Dawson, just take over. If I'm lost to that.
You're in the Poindexter Lounge. It's my channel now.
There you go. It's all you, Dawson.
Thank you.
One of these days we're gonna mess with you all and just like stream from each other's. We've talked about we're gonna do a green screen picture of all of our backgrounds, and so you'll see me over on Dawson's channel and Dawson over here, and Anthony down at Zeverfets, and
just screw with everybody,
Andre and everybody. So it'll be funny.
I was rewatching the multiverse stream we had when we went to your place a couple months ago.
Heck yeah.
And oh my gosh, the way we came in, you could hear us in the background of the logo, we're just gonna come in and be screaming, yeah, be really excited. And then we come on and we just scream our freaking heads off. It's great.
I think I know why I was glitching, because my son is streaming with somebody else. He does a video game stream with Max sometimes on Sunday afternoons. So. Gotcha. That's probably why, but we're good. But hey, so we're going to talk about this, and before we do that, I do want to welcome in Prime.
What's up, Prime?
What's good with it? Hey man, good to see you. So we're talking. We're going here to this, and then we're going to talk about Dawson's experience here. So we got this picture from Zack,
right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the war, and it's a Martian Manhunter quote.
See.
Look at that. Martian Manhunter. There's a war coming. Now, this just goes back to, like, this can't be a cul-de-sac. You don't put out stuff like there's a war coming if you're just like, hey, we're going to set this all up, and then
We're good.
That goes away.
Yeah.
And we're back to square one.
Yeah,
you don't do that.
You really don't. You really don't. It's
the ultimate tease.
It's sad that people like even claim that at this point. It's like, oh, it's one and done, one and done. And it's like, are you seeing this? Like, do you understand how the business works? Like,
right? Money talks.
Yes.
Money talks, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, where's that? Hold on a second. Well, money talks, and if it does well, we'll see more. Exactly. Exactly. No, yeah, you know what? This is a cool picture. I'm really excited that we're gonna get to see what this scene was.
Mm-hmm.
Because we didn't get this.
Right, we didn't, and it's what I think it is gonna be like a test flight for Cyborg. And what's interesting about that quote from Martian Manhunter. So I've been talking with a couple people today, and there's been a lot of news about the lack of involvement of a human Green Lantern in this movie, right?
Yep.
How that's kind of something that just didn't work out in the contracts. But with some people that I've been talking about, there's a theory going around that near the end of the film, they were going to have Green Lantern come and warn Bruce and the Justice League about a war coming.
Yes.
But instead of that, what they're probably going to do is take the character model for Martian Manhunter and take ADR from Harry Lennox and have him be the one that warns them. Which I think works so well.
Mm-hmm.
It makes so much sense. I mean, they brought Harry Lennox in, and obviously, like we talked about with Jared Leto, when he came in for Zack Snyder's Justice League additional photography, they say, like, oh, he got face scan as well as ADR for the rest of the air cut. They probably did something similar with Harry Lennox with doing ADR and stuff for this extra little moment.
Yeah. That'd be great, man. Yeah. Like, I'll take it. I'll take it. There's also been this rumor going around, Dawson, that the powers that be don't want Zack to use Green Lantern.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that too. But a lot of it's just down to like contract issues and like actors and such. And...
But the idea though is that because they want to use Green Lantern for something else, so they didn't want him to use a specific character of Green Lantern.
Yeah, I've heard that too. But there's also like the idea of him being a bigger character, or a human Green Lantern being a bigger character in a follow-up.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, they got the whole Green Lantern show coming out, and stuff.
Right.
And so, but the idea behind it though was the fact that if they do that apparently Warner Brothers understands this right here, like what was it Abony says there's a war coming, but we'll never see the war. Yeah, sure. See you when Justice League 2 comes out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, that should be a T-shirt. See you when JL2 comes out.
Yes.
But seriously, because apparently Warner Brothers, they understand that. Look, this is not just going to go away, guys.
No, it's not. There's no way.
We can't just sit back and just go, oh well, our job is done here, right? And just walk away. We gotta stay on this. Real quick, Kuldeep, what's going on? Says guys off topic with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, man. Says, but was the Lex OS ad from BVS Marketing supposed to set up something in the future? Brainiac, maybe? # restored the Snyderverse.
Who knows? Maybe.
An operating system of some kind. I don't know, Prime, do you have any thoughts on that?
I do. I got a lot of theories on it, but you talked about the picture. Sorry, I was texting my daughter. So
we're talking. The super chat asked, said it was off topic, but the Lex OS ad from BVS Marketing asked if it was supposed to set something up in the future, Brainiac maybe, or something like that. Because we saw that ad. And
I don't know. I mean, Brainiac is really going out there to go further. That would pretty much be more of a solo Superman movie, to be honest. I don't think they're going to expand it and put Brainiac in this right now. I don't think.
Well, I think that was the question: is if like they had been moving forward with from Batman v Superman when we thought that all these movies were going to get made, right? That eventually that would pay off. That would pay off.
You know what? That's a good question because it's a possibility Brainiac could be involved in some type of particular way, depending on how they integrate it. So, like I said, this is the setup. So, whatever the next two movies would have been, we really don't know what actually could happen. Because Cal can actually find a little bit more about his, about his race and things that happen on with Krypton and things that happen on in his civilization. So, it'd be a lot more things that can actually happen. Or Brainiac can just be causing a whole bunch of stuff around in the universe, and he just so happened to, come to Earth. But, while, Darkseid is doing what he's doing, there's a whole bunch of possibilities and theories with that. But yeah, I think Brainiac would eventually be, in this, in the Snyderverse, no, most definitely. I really think that he would be. And how, that's the question, but I think that he would be.
Well, I think Brainiac would be the probably the number one voted villain that people want to see.
Oh yeah,
in a standalone Superman movie.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Because we got
to say hi to Pepperoni Pizza there. Pepperoni Pizza, I like your work.
Pepperoni Pizza.
you do a good job. So Dawson.
Yes.
It really does, Dawson. So you saw this. Right? Mm-hmm. You saw this and you decided, you know what? I need answers, right? So we got this, and then so here's the whoops. We show the so there's the close up, a nice good close up. And you were like, hey man, I need answers from Zack Snyder. So you took it upon yourself. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna call up my friend Zack, or I'm gonna message him on Vero, right? Because you and Zack are tight like that, right?
I wish. That'd be fantastic. I'd love that.
Zack is on Nerdy in Many Ways next week, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, man. That'd be fantastic. Maybe one day. But it was that kind of funny because, we see all these different posts from Zack Snyder on Vero, and we see he gets a ton of questions, and lately he's been answering a lot of questions. And up until this point, I don't think I'd ever asked a question because I just realized, he has 300 questions in his comments. There's no way he'd be able to get to it. And so, just kind of let it be. And so finally this morning, I was like, you know what? I'm going to ask him. And I asked him, because I was curious about the whole helmet and Flash and everything. And and then I asked the question about, how much screen time do you think we'll have him with his helmet on and, battles and flights and stuff? Because, I just felt like that'd be a good thing to ask. And that was the question.
Right
and
there.
Then, to my absolute amazement, I got this notification.
Booyah!
And I was like, ah! 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 I was laying in my bed, and I was like, what? Hold on, what? And then all of a sudden he says, he used it when he crashes through things face first. That would be problematic without a helmet. And as soon as I read that, I was like, well, duh, he'd have it for that reason.
Here's Dawson freaking out the moment that he read this.
Where? When? Who? That's pretty accurate, actually. That's really accurate.
Dawson world.
Over the Grand Canyon, off your face, through the window, off the floor, nothing but net.
And then it was funny because I responded back saying, man, as always, that makes perfect sense. Because, you think about it, when you read a comic book about Cyborg where he's, crashed through buildings, you don't really think about him, protecting the human part of his head. But it makes sense because he's still vulnerable in that part of his face. It's not like he just ram his head through walls and be okay. And he has a human eye still that would get debris in it.
It would get debris in it.
It just makes sense. And I'm just thinking this and they're holy crap, this is awesome. And what's funny about this though too, is not only did he responded in 30 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's record time, dude.
And that's why I tweeted out, am I cool yet? Because I've seen these done lists for, a lot of people. A lot of people have gotten great answers. And I'm just like, dude, that's awesome. And it's am I part of the club yet?
Sweet!
Dawson.
Oh man. But yeah, no, that was. And there was someone in the comments, SK, saying Zack's attention to detail is sick. Exactly. That's how an artist thinks. They think about a situation practically, like, okay, how would this actually work? How would this look? And like, how would this work for the character? And I'm just sitting here like, well, duh, of course that's the answer. He protects himself from flying through walls and stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love Truth 31 here says Justice League Part 2, The Cul-de-sac, streaming on HBO Max 2023. Coming soon. Yeah. No. The Snyder'S is best for business.
Yes, it really is
best for business. You know, here's an interesting question. I know this is a little off topic. How do you think they're going to resolve the Clark Kent issue if they go forward like with this?
That's a real good question, because with this being in a real life world setting, that's a very good, unless something has to do with Flash.
I was about to say, Flash has to be
unless it has something to do with Flash, because if he so happened to go back in time, that could resolve it before his death.
Right, because we get the idea that the Justice League failed at first, and then like they have to change things with the timeline. So maybe it's like, yeah, like you're saying, Prime, something that Flash does makes so that what happened in BVS didn't necessarily happen that way, and he never really died, or people don't remember it that way, and he can go back to being Clark Kent in the Daily Planet. But
yeah, well, you know, in the Death of Superman storyline, I thought that they handled that really well in the comics, because they never gave Clark an actual. Well, they may have had a funeral for him, but they had no body.
Right.
Because Superman's body was taken away and buried at first, and then the Eradicator came, took the body, and took it back up to the Fortress of Solitude and put it in the regeneration chamber. So, what's interesting about that is that in Batman v Superman, you get this closure because the world doesn't have Superman's body.
Right.
There's a shrine there, but it's not with Superman's body, so it's not his tomb.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne even says they're out in Washington burying an empty box.
Yeah, so it's the opposite of the comics, and you see Clark Kent get buried. You know, so they have the body there, and they put that body in the ground, because in the comic, what happened was when Superman came back. For those of you who haven't read the comic, we actually we're going to be later on. We're going to be offering that whole entire series, the death, the funeral. I got all of the books already. It's like this thick.
I need it.
And I'm talking. Look, when I say this, guys, I mean from start to finish. So I mean, death, the death graphic novel. The Funeral for a Friend epilogue graphic novel, the entire Reign of the Supermen graphic novel, and then the 3-part Hunter Doomsday graphic novels. It's the 3-part. The entire Doomsday scenario, like everything right there.
I'm gonna hate whoever wins this giveaway if it's not me.
I'm telling you, it's going to be an awesome giveaway. But so you guys are definitely going to want to be around for that. But in that, you know, Supergirl, obviously the real Kara had died. And so there was an alien named Matrix who was a shapeshifter and took on the form of Supergirl. And with that, this character Matrix could be anything. So what they did was that they, when Superman was back and established, there was still rubble all over the city, you know, from the buildings toppling down from the battle with Doomsday. So what they did was they had Matrix go down into some of the rubble. They made sure that it looked like that there was some food and water down there and stuff for Clark Kent to be able to survive. And then all of a sudden you had Superman finding Clark Kent beneath some rubble in a building and bringing him out. And so then you got Superman and Clark Kent standing right next to each other with Lois in the middle. Of course, what's funny is they both have long hair and look exactly the same, but you know, it's still it was a great picture, but you can't really do that, you know.
Not in where we're setting. Maybe
unless Martian Manhunter.
I was just about to say that.
Oh yeah. But they buried him though. That's the continued thing for me is that It's not like the comics
that's true.
where like he was just buried under rubble or something. Like they put him in a box.
Right, inserting a shapeshifter doesn't automatically dispel that.
Yeah. So I mean, unless I don't know, I don't know, but it's gonna
That's
be.
a good question. I don't know how they're gonna do that neither. That's the thing, because that's gonna be the, because how I know, okay, how I do know the way they're gonna twist it is because we know how Superman is going to be revived. We understand that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people that don't know is because of the Codex. Because they're going to find that he is embedded with the Codex, and that's going to be the reason why he gets regenerative. He's going to regenerate from that, and just from the Codex. And then once he's probably exposed to the rays of the sun, or just to start getting more, radiation from the sun, then he will regenerate. So because Cyborg is supposedly one that's supposed to know, well, he has this, he has something inside of his body, which that's what I say. They locate the Codex. Now, when he comes back, how would they, unless he's just going to be Kal-El completely? They're just going to obliterate Clark Kent as
Superman.
I really hope that they don't do that because so much of Zack Snyder's vision has been exactly what I had always hoped, that Clark is the real person. You know what I mean? That Clark.
I get what you're talking about. I get what you're talking about.
Yeah. Here's the picture. I found one of the pictures right here.
Nice.
What's up, Joey? The one on the left is from an older thing, but the one from the right is like the picture that they posed for after they found Clark, And but there's been a couple of times where I think the one on the left is Martian Manhunter, if I remember correctly. Shape-shifting, because Superman's had to do that several times when people have kind of been like, oh, you guys kind of look alike, whatever,
like crap.
Yeah, right. Oh, do something, shapeshifter, something. But yeah, you can see that one on the right. That's where they found him, under the rubble, and Lois is thanking Superman for finding Clark and and everything, and they do this big publicity thing. But I however it's resolved.
Because, like, even with this whole Cyborg thing having a helmet, like, there's going to be a practical and sensible way to do it that, obviously, we're not thinking of right now. They'll probably introduce some concept into it, like again, this whole concept of trust Zack. He knows what he's doing. He has an idea.
No, this is something I have heard. K-Sasa says the rumor is that Lois will tell Perry that Clark is Superman, and he'll help Clark reestablish his life. What else I've heard is that she will try to set that up, but that Perry already knew the entire time.
Yeah, because I that's what I always thought, is that he knew the whole time. Because like when in BVS when Clark goes off after the Capitol bombing, Perry White goes by and just says, "Still no Kent," and just kind of, it's just like in a knowing way he says that, and like, I mean, he's a good reporter. He knows what he's doing, so like obviously he can kind of figure out in a certain way that that's Clark Kent is Superman. So I'd be down with him always knowing.
Yeah, me too, for sure, I'd be down with that, because he's Perry White,
right?
And that's a smart guy, and I just don't see something like that floating under his watch. But I love this, Dawson, man. You got an answer from the man himself.
That was so freaking cool,
dude. That's freaking awesome. That's just awesome.
Like, I'll have to take that as my interaction with Zack until I have him on my channel, and I'm good with that for a while.
So we've gone from Zack to this picture with the helmet now on Cyborg. We've got the release date. We've got all these great things going on, and then we got some other interesting stuff that came up.
Yeah,
with Ray Fisher, and I do want to talk about this. I don't know, man. What do you make of it? There was a couple of things today. Sean actually messaged him back. Did you see that?
Yeah, I tweeted back and I'm saying like I misread like something or thought something was in response to something else, and then
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to take this off and I was hitting the wrong button. You know what I mean? You know me trying to do a million different things here at once. You know how it is when you're trying to produce this. Oh, well, you know what? We should say real quick too, because we were talking about like new pictures and stuff.
what kind of pictures?
New. Let me be very new, not nude, not those like me in the shower pictures. But we got you saw those. Sure. So we got Snyder Cut photos here,
Yes.
from Zack, Snyder Cut HBO Max, and then and then that one, of course. So we got some stuff there. But there
was the other one of Bruce in like the frozen tundra trying to find Aquaman.
Oh yeah. And and I had that one up, but I can't find it right now. But yeah, because it showed the one of the producers.
Yeah, Fabian Wagner, the director of photography. Yeah.
I don't know if that one's down in here, but so we got all that, but now came this story here. Now we all know Sean O'Connell has been writing a book about the Snyder Cut,
Exactly.
and I think Dawson, you guys even had him on 4 Nerds, didn't you?
We had him on a couple times. Yeah.
Okay.
A couple times.
And look, I want to point something out right off the bat about saying this, about even talking about this. I've never talked to Sean. Sean's never been here on the channel. I know that there's people on both sides of this argument right now. There's some people who are very much like pro Sean, and there's some people who think that Sean is not on the up and up now, right? That's not for me to decide because I just don't know. Listen, one of the things that I want to make very clear about here in the Poindexter Lounge, when you hear me speak on something and give an opinion, it's because I have thoroughly looked into it and I understand it and I know what's going on and I will give you my opinion. What we're about to talk about is not necessarily going to be my opinion on it. We're going to talk about the facts, and I'm definitely interested in hearing what you guys think of the situation, especially with the new light of the apology that was given today and the takedown of the original tweet. And let's have a conversation about it. Okay. Yeah. But like I'm not, if you're a fan of Sean's and whatever, just understand I am not attacking Sean. That's not what this is. Just because I support Ray, don't think that I'm just attacking Sean because I don't know the situation. In these other situations where I've supported Ray, okay, I may not know everything, but I've got a good grasp of what's going on. That's why I've formed an opinion. I have not formed an opinion about this yet. Nor do I think that this is necessarily something that is going to need me to form some huge opinion about moving forward. But it's definitely something within the fandom because it affects, it obviously has to do with Ray Fisher. And it obviously has to do with somebody who's writing this book about the entire thing. And like whether or not we're going to, whether or not some people are going to really want to pay attention to that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting thing. I actually have the, not only these other photos, but there was another picture that came out. I don't know if you saw this with the list of the chapters and stuff in his book.
Yeah. So full disclosure. I actually have a digital copy of the book.
Okay.
So I love how you worded it, Enosh. Like, even though I've had Sean on our show a couple of times, like I only know him from those experiences.
Yeah.
Right. And so what I'll say in this only comes from that, as well as just things that I've heard. And much like you, Enosh, like I'm not going to put forth a full opinion on this now, but I'm going to talk about it of what I understand and what I have realized just like by talking to the guy, So yeah. I love the way you worded that.
Thank you. And that's not trying to cop out of it. It's just
it's just a sensible thing to do. It's like what Socrates said, I know nothing. And if you don't know the whole thing about something, then know more about it, then like be hard-headed on your opinion about it,
Yeah. Oh, for sure. So here's Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Prime.
Well, I was gonna say, is the embargo for the book off yet? Because, like I say, there's been a couple of reviews that's out there, and a lot of people really been trying to ridicule it. See, I know I get the book. I'm not going to get into a second, but I did see the chapters. I did see that, and all I know is that I don't have a gripe with Sean. I understand it. You have some people that are out there, but for the people that had got the book early, and I guess the embargo is off because they reviewed it and they actually put their opinions out there. And there are a lot of people where they feel like they got rubbed the wrong way, or they feel a lot of stuff is not accurate, or it's a waste of time in it. So that's how I feel. I want to judge it for myself after I read it. But you know, I don't have a gripe with Sean or whatever, so pertaining to it. So but yeah, you know, I just wanted to know. I mean, did you enjoy it, Dawson? Because like you said, you got an early copy of it.
Yeah, so I wanted to spell a couple things real quick about the book. So one thing that I have heard about Sean's book, I've heard people say, like, I've heard people call it a racist book, which is weird because, like, he had statements from people from multiple different countries and multiple different races. So I don't believe that sentiment. Because again, he got people from Brazil, he got people from China, he got people from the United States of different races. Like, so let's just dispel that right now, that he got the opinions of a lot of different people from a lot of different backgrounds. And from what I read, like, one thing that Sean did say early on is the fact that this book isn't going to have any bombshell news for people who are on the up and up of the movement, who know the history of it, right? Essentially what this book was going to be, and still is a book informing the general masses about the generalities of the situation. And the build up to the release of the movie. Which, if with that in mind, I think from the amount that I have read, it's done a pretty decent job so far. I mean, if there are inaccuracies that people are talking about, then they're probably just simply interpretations of his own personal opinion, right?
Speaking of opinion, I don't want to cut you off here.
Yeah.
But I got to do something. So this statement right here, I've been watching your comments, and I get it. You don't like Ray Fisher, you don't like Zack Snyder, you don't like Justice League, you don't want to see it. You're very negative about it, and we welcome all opinions here. Okay, we welcome all opinions. Comment like this ain't gonna fly. Here. I mean. This is not part of a conversation. This is not giving your valid information or saying something smart or intelligent. This right here is going way overboard to insult somebody that you don't know because you don't understand something. Because I read your other comment earlier talking about Ray's small little issue that he made public. You obviously don't understand the severity of the issue, and you think that it's about Ray when it has never been about Ray. It's been about Ray defending other people, which is something that this man that you just pointed out would never have done, and would not be cool at a con, would not be nice to you at a con or treat you with respect.
Do people remember what Hitler did?
Apparently not. Apparently, we're that
let me
still.
educate some of you people real quick.
So I just want to publicly say, because one of my mods hasn't done it yet, because you know what? I try to make my mods go pretty light on people because I want to give people the benefit of the doubt. But now I want you to know that I personally am putting you in timeout. And if you say anything like that again, I will block you. I'm glad to have you here, and I'm glad to have you be part of the conversation. But that is unacceptable and will not be tolerated by me.
Because, again, let me educate this person. Hitler ordered the murder of millions of people. And you're comparing someone like Ray Fisher to that.
An actor.
That's a bad analogy.
That's a terrible comparison. That is ridiculous.
You get
utterly
a warning.
Absurd.
And to everybody saying ban him, you get a warning. You get a warning.
Goodness gracious.
And I'm you know what? That is not even a comparison that we should be making because the genocide of people compared to, you don't like that a guy called out your
favorite director or
writer or comics guy or whatever. That's sad. That's sad. And I don't know if you're like 10 years old and you just don't know history or what the deal is. And so you're just throwing stuff out there, but that is not going to be accepted.
educate him further if he's a little kid, just to let you know. Those innocent people that Hitler ordered to get murdered, they were Jewish people. He didn't like them because of their religion. Had nothing to do, nothing about their color or whatever what it was. It was just because they were Jewish. And he ordered slaughter of thousands of people, separated their families. You don't condone that and try to compare that to no individual, man, of what Hitler did. I know. I mean, a lot of people already know that. So if you're young and you didn't know that, you learned today. So there you go.
So there you go. You get a warning. even you two gave me a warning, but we ain't
Welcome
going
to
there.
History Channel on the Poindexter Lounge.
Exactly. We're just not going there because that's not what the conversation's about. No. Right. And the thing is comparing a guy who literally is trying to help people who were treated improperly and
trying to correct a terrible culture that is Hollywood, which we all know is very much the case.
Yeah.
Like that's ridiculous.
And they call us a cult. Yeah. Thank you. All right. I'm sorry. I just I had to address that.
Oh, so. No judgment here at all. I mean, I'm with you.
So I'm sorry. So back to the conversation about this Sean O'Connell tweet. I don't know if you remember where you were at before we went down that.
Oh, well, I was just saying, like with Sean O'Connell, he did have a lot of different people in their statements about what Zack Snyder's movies mean to them. From different countries, different races, different backgrounds and such. So I will dispel that argument against him because reading the book myself, I know for a fact that he got a lot of different people to make statements. So that sentiment of it being a racist book or anything is just not true. Yeah. That much I can say.
Okay, cool. So I'm just putting here because I like this question and I want to get back to it. And so we're going to. So that's going to be what's coming up next. That'll be our closing our closing thing today. So this tweet, Sean O'Connell tweeted, Ray told me on September 8th that it wasn't the move for me right now. This is all in talking about him about Ray writing a foreword for his book.
Right.
Okay. And so he says, Ray told me on September 8th that it wasn't the right move for me right now, but that I appreciate you asking. We moved forward knowing that he couldn't do it and just decided to do the book without a forward. To which Ray Fisher said, please delete this and refrain from publicly misrepresenting our conversation. There's a lot of different ways you could look at that.
There is.
One of which is one that I've heard that, maybe they second thought, depending upon what angle they were coming at, Sean was coming at it from. Second thought, whether they wanted to have Ray Fisher do the forward, given the fact that Ray Fisher has been a lightning rod for some negativity from certain people, right? In the fandom. And you know what? Maybe to Sean or to those working, and I'm just speculating here because I'm just talking off the top of my head because this is the way it appeared to a lot of people. Maybe they didn't want somebody like that because they're trying to promote a book.
Right, which on the business level, makes sense. Like when you're in business, you're trying to avoid controversy in any way to promote your product as much as you can. So it makes sense in that way if you're looking at that sense.
But that being said, even there could be more, there could be less there. But I will say this, guys. I've had the opportunity now to share several conversations and emails and things with Ray. For Ray to drop something like this,
Enoch, you're breaking up a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
You're all good.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was just saying, I'm not best friends with Ray. Okay, so I can't speak for Ray, but I do know this. Ray doesn't drop something like this just because.
Right.
You know what I mean? Ray wouldn't drop this is strong wording here. Basically saying, this is what I think about this. Basically,
you're breaking up again. Is your son streaming again?
Right? Yeah, stop streaming. But I mean, basically, it's like get my name off your lips. You know, don't tell me what. Don't misrepresent me. Right? Am I still breaking up?
No, you're good. You're good.
No, you good,
Okay.
man.
Okay. So that was this. So now if we go to Sean O'Connell. Oh, hold on. Maybe
No, he deleted the tweet. He apologized.
That's right. He deleted the tweet. I'm sorry. So now if we go to Sean's, Sean mentions this. There he was. So Sean mentioned this down here. He says, I have zero ill will. Well, because somebody tweeted back at him, and just like that, Sean O'Connell has done more than pretty much everyone at Warner Brothers and every major movie news outlet to admit a mistake and patch things up with Ray Fisher. Because, where's it down here? Where is?
Yeah, go down a little further.
I think I missed the tweet there. I thought it was the one up there because he mentions him up there, so I was thinking it was that. Okay, so here it is. He says, after Ray tweeted that, he said, "This is my bad. I was going through our text thread and thought I pulled Ray Fisher's reply to the forward. Instead, those were his words when I asked him to come on a Cinema Blend video. My mistake. Tweet deleted." So there's a big difference there, which he could have just, it could be a mistake. I mean, look, I will say this about Sean. The way that he's addressed this is a whole lot better than other people that we've known.
Right.
Who've been accused of things or had something said or whatever, and how they responded. Even if it's not the case, and like I said, I don't know. This is a very professional way of handling it. He's not trying to mudsling. He's not trying to get into a fight. He's not trying to grandstand or position himself. It doesn't look like through here. He says, "Hey, that was my bad. I was going through our text thread, and I thought that I pulled the right thing, the right statement about the forward. That wasn't that. You know, here are the other words. It was actually about having him on for a video." You know, that he said, you know, he couldn't do it right now. You know, and thank you. So there's that. And then there was the statement that we just read here. It says, and just like that, Sean O'Connell has done more than pretty much everyone at Warner Brothers and every major movie news outlet to admit a mistake and patch things up with Ray Fisher. And he says, I have zero ill will for Ray Fisher. I sincerely wish him nothing but the best. I can't wait to see the heart of Zack Snyder's Justice League when it drops on HBO Max. So, like I said, we're reporting the news. That's the news. You know,
Yeah.
I'm sure that there are people, there are people who want it to be something, or don't want it to be something, and I can't speak either way. I don't really have an opinion either way, but I think that it's important that when we do something wrong, we admit it, we apologize, and move on.
If anything, anyone on either side can at least appreciate the fact that he at least said that. Now, whether or not, like, you believe he actually meant it or not, doesn't matter. The willingness to say it, at least, is something we can all agree is a good thing.
Yes. And you know what? And I will be a man of my word. And this goes across the board. Just a couple of minutes ago, Justin made a comment that we all agreed was out of line. And we spoke to, and I didn't even mean for this to come up this way, but it did. I mean, we just literally read an exchange between Sean and Ray kind of came out hard on something that he felt was wrong. I just kind of came out pretty hard on Justin, and Justin here, he's out of his timeout, and he says, okay, regarding my stupid Hitler comment, terrible analogy. He says, I apologize.
Okay.
Right?
I respect that. I respect that.
And then he says, I was merely trying to illustrate how someone's facade at a con is not a good representation of themselves. And I can agree with that, because I've met, but because that goes both ways. I've met people like who, you don't know if they're having a bad day, even, you know, and they're kind of a jerk, but you know that because you hear from other people that they're really great people, you know, and so like people can have a bad day, you know, and so you know what, I totally appreciate this, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is why I don't just jump to ban people, and why I try to listen to people and have conversations, because I think that sometimes we can just say things that didn't mean it that way, you know. And like you said, Dawson, whether or not you believe him or you don't, the way it was handled, to me, unless something else comes out of it, you know. And I mean, whenever the book comes out and what surrounds that, you know, like I'm fine with it for now, you know.
I mean, again, regardless of the intentions or the meaning behind it or whatever, the words that I can always appreciate someone saying are the words, I apologize or I'm sorry.
Yes.
Because for many people, those are the hardest words to say. Some people don't have that their vocabulary. So again, just in the fact you were willing to say that is awesome. Now we'll hold you to that.
Yep.
So I appreciate
that. And that's the thing. Then we hold each other accountable. And that's what Ray talks about, accountability greater than entertainment. And like Jack just says here, if only Walter, Jeff, and Joss could learn from Sean.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I mean, what did we just get from we just got from Ray last week? He says Walter Hamada still owes the people who are part of everything that happened on Justice League an apology.
I think he apologized to him already.
Did he?
Oh, Ray. Well, yeah, to Ray.
He apparently he apologized to Ray, but what Ray said was that he owed everyone else for enabling those things. He owed everyone else an apology, not just the.
Which could have happened behind closed doors.
It could have. We haven't heard it. We haven't heard it. But yeah, it's interesting.
I don't think they want to have that public though, just to do it. I think it'll be more in house, and then once it's done in house, I think the order will be established and going from there. Now Jeff and all them, they're not going to apologize because they had their own agenda. I think a lot of people just blowing it out of proportion with, whatever that Ray had and what was said because of the investigation. But anything prior to that investigation, Armada had nothing to do with that. He didn't know what was going on at the time. All he knows is that he was brought in by Jeff Johns and the former executives. They brought him in. They are gone right now. And then with them being gone, all he knows was in front of him right now. And then the investigation, all he knows is that he was just trying to take up for the people that brought him in. That's it. Now, if he understands and he apologized, which I believe Walter Hamada will do. I believe that he's going to do it. I think he's going to apologize to everybody and moving forward, because I think they want to try to get this ship on track. I think they want to get out of the rough terrain. They want to have a smooth sailing and moving forward. So, and I won't be surprised if Ray get back on the Flash movie. I won't be surprised if he get back on it. I won't be surprised.
Same for me. I wouldn't be surprised if Jason Keelar walked into Hamada's office and was like, hey, dude, we have some fans that are pissed off right now. You need to fix this. All right. Daddy came and said, I'm home. All right, fix this stuff.
Yeah, and I think right after the movie comes out, and then once everybody sees Ray's performance in the movie, because we already know it's going to be off the hook. Like, because Enosh had a couple of people on his stream the last time when the kids and stuff came on, and there's a lot of Cyborg fans, man, and they're really fully now they're going to see his performance, and once everybody see his performance, they're gonna be like, wow, this is really, you know what I mean? So I'm thinking, I think all this stuff is going to get together once once everything flattens out. Everything will get straightened out. Just wait till the movie come out, and then we'll see how everything progresses from there. But I think everything will be cool. Right now, everybody got a lot of egos going on right now. So let them have a trip right now. Then once it all pans out, I think everything will get back to where it need to be.
Yeah. Quick shout out to John Paul here. Says I've been meaning to check out Poindexter Lounge for a while now. Just subscribed. I love a good Snyder Cut convo. Thank you, John.
Yeah.
Great to have you here.
I haven't seen John in a while. Good to see you, man.
Great to have you here. I'm so glad you're here. So now, so this is the last thing that we're going to talk about, and then we're going to wrap things up. But it's something that I hadn't even thought of. We got all this information that we talked about, right?
Right.
We got all these pictures. We got the date. We got all this great stuff. Everybody's promoting it. Everybody's pushing it out there. AT&T said something about it. Zack says the fans have promoted it. Ray Fisher obviously promoted it. Zack's promoting it everywhere.
HBO Max promoted it.
HBO Max promoted it. Nothing
from
Warner Brothers.
I knew you was gonna go there.
Well, there was a tweet that I saw that I retweeted the other day where someone, again, pointed out everything you just pointed out, Enosh. How everybody else is behind this. Everybody else is getting the hype for this movie up, except for Warner Brothers. And they basically said, Warner Brothers, this is what the world wants. Like, get over your ego. Just do it.
Exactly. Like, what the heck? You know what I mean? Like, seriously, like, what in the literal heck? What kind of crazy world are we living in where you have something like this? You know how many other movie studios would kill?
Oh my gosh. You have any idea how much Netflix would have paid for the Snyder Cut?
Oh,
if Warner Bros. Actually willing to do that? Like, holy crap. Netflix would have won the streaming war right there.
Heck yeah, they would have. You know, I mean, it doesn't take a genius to be able to put it together that the Snyder Cut is going to be a hot commodity. Yeah. You know, that like even the haters, even the people who don't want it, they want to watch it because they just want to see, was it good? Because they just want to be able to come back with, you know, even if they're going to come back with, I don't like it, it sucked or whatever, they still want to be able to watch it to see what it was compared to Justice League, because not only is it a whole new movie, but it's 4 hours.
And it's a better movie than we got in 2017.
Anything's better than that. Anything's better than that. Again. Exactly. So, I mean, like, what are you going to do? You know, I don't know. It's baffling to me how, like, you can have Walter Hamada come forward and say things like, oh, it's a cul-de-sac. And then they just absolutely don't promote it.
I see what you did there. Cul-de-sac.
Yeah,
I see what you did there.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, but yeah, that it's a cul-de-sac. That, you know, that it's not going anywhere. You know, they act like, you know, like it's not even a big deal. Oh yeah, this Snyder Cut thing. Yeah, we got to get past the Snyder Cut thing, and then we're going to do this Flash movie, and then we're going to do this other movie and this other movie. But we got to get past this thing first, so we can get on to the multiverse, the real stuff, and whatever. And the reality is, guys, people have been dying to see this movie
for 4 years.
For 4 freaking years. You're absolutely right. And you're just going to play down the importance of this?
Yeah.
I mean, how dumb do you have to be? What kind of executive looks at that and goes, yeah, let's not touch that. We know all of our parent company is doing it. We know everybody else who's associated with us is like hyping the thing, you know, and like really excited about it. Let's not.
See, the thing is, which is kind of because it pretty much is making Warner Brothers just look even worse. Because
petty.
They're worried about looking bad, and yet they're doing that all by themselves.
Exactly. I want to piggyback off of what Zod said. I really think Toby Emmerich and crew, even though Toby Emmerich is still over, he's at Warner Media, and he's ahead of a lot of stuff, but I really think that they really are looking at for it to fail. They want it to fail.
Yes.
Because they don't want to acknowledge it, because they pretty much, well, we've already given up on it. We already did. Well, I mean, why do you want it to fail? Because you already know it's going to be highly successful. You see it right now.
Yeah.
And they already made a mistake when they did Joker, when they didn't put nothing into it. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, anything that people want, you know, it's a failure on their decisions. And on top of that, what's great, they're sweating over there, those last couple individuals that's at Warner Brothers. Because if it's successful, they're going to lose their job. If it fails, they won't. So it's just like, hey, but they might as well get ready to, whoever that's left or whatever, and they're hoping for it to fail, they might as well get ready to lose their job, because there's no way. There's no way. And I'm not advocating for people to lose their job.
Right.
You lose your job because of decisions and certain things that you make, or you have
pointing out a reality. Right.
Right. Exactly. or you have a or you're doing it deliberately on purpose for your own agenda. That's wrong. You know, and their agenda is that they're trying to sweep it under the rug as much as you can't sweep this under the rug. This is going to be a volcanic eruption on the 18th. They have no idea.
This is like trying to sweep a giant plastic bag full of toys underneath a rug and say you cleaned your room.
Exactly.
Dude, you don't want to know what's going on right here. Like, I got birthday presents for Tiff here that I got to wrap. There's like seriously, I got like a whole stack of just toys over here, dude. Like, I mean,
I chose my words wisely.
You suck because you're making me feel guilty with all the mess I got over here. Like, seriously, I got a mess of toys that I got to literally find a place to. I'm starting to hit critical mass. Like, something's going to have to give.
You're just going to have to start giving some of those to some friends of yours, you know?
Oh, well, thanks, Dawson, for being here. That was really great to have you.
Oh, of course, I'm just kidding.
No, but we did send you some stuff, though.
You did. And
look, they got a little sweet back there, and Batman.
Oh my gosh, I love Little Sweet. It's so fantastic.
Heck yeah,
Thomas Wayne. Yeah.
There you go.
So he has done that. You know.
Heck yeah, I've been known to everyone. I come in like Santa Claus. I sneak up behind you in a Harley Quinn onesie.
What kind of Santa Claus is that?
Sexy Santa Claus, baby. Oh. I get in there with the pink onesie and I'm like, hey, I'm here to bring you a little sweet. It's a sweet one. I'm sorry, I was laughing. I couldn't even hold it. It's a sweet one. It's a sweet. Your voice is just, you got a higher timbre than me, man. Oh my gosh.
It's all head voice, man. That's all I can do.
I want to say hello to Steve Pierce. Hello, everyone.
Yes.
Love the DC positivity here. New subscriber.
Good to see you.
Good to have you, Steve, for sure. And then comment, Brian, what you were saying, Brian, K-Sasa said, honestly, Warner Brothers will be facing a heavy backlash once this movie is released because it isn't just Cyborg who got the rug pulled under him. Several Black and Asian actors had their roles cut. And look, when I agree with what you guys were saying earlier, when we see what he meant to this movie, right? People are going to be amazed and they're going to say, why the heck did you cut Ray Fisher?
That too.
Why of all people, why did you cut up his role, put all this other nonsense in, all these stupid jokes, all this weird, colorization, all this, crazy stuff. I was just talking about with somebody else where it's like, you got the Flash runs over and saves somebody. And then Superman's over here flying with a building. Look, is it good for a laugh? But does it? Yeah. But does it match the tone of Man of Steel and BVS?
In Man of Steel, if he tried that, the buildling would collapse on that center point because that's how physics work. Physics works where if you have a big old piece of mass, right? Like a big old, let's say you have a room that's just a slate of concrete, like a room size slate of concrete, right? And you put it on like a needle. It's like a steel needle. That thing's going to collapse.
Yes.
That's essentially what it is to that building.
He can't carry that. That's why I said when it comes down to realistic stuff, when you actually look at it, it's like, it was nice. We know that, if you look at cartoons.
He's strong enough to carry that weight for sure.
Right. But in physics, in real life, he can't carry that. That's not going to happen. If you think about it, what will actually happen is that he will probably be like, look, I have to get everybody to one side of this building. And then that way I can actually carry him. Because if I carry him on this whole building, depending on the situation, I have to carry him out. Because the structure is going to collapse.
Yeah,
so
he's just gonna fly up through the building and it's just gonna fall. And
yeah, exactly. So and then what you were saying, Enosh, I'm gonna put this too. Just wait when they do the comparisons, when they watch the 2007 one next to the real version, and like you said, Warner Brothers about to get ridiculed badly.
Oh yeah,
like why did you put this out? It's gonna be the same thing with BVS.
Especially if they put out a trailer. Especially they put out a trailer clarifying this is what we shot back in 2016. And people are like, wait, hold on. So you shot this in 2016. Why'd you release that other version? Why'd you release this back then?
Thank you.
The normals, the normies, who don't know any of this stuff. And when they watch this, they're going to go and watch it saying, oh, well, hey, there's a director's cut of Justice League. Let's go ahead and watch that. And then they're going to go, Wait, hold on. We're gonna have to take a closer look at the. I thought this was a director's cut. Yeah, but that guy wasn't even in the last movie, and he's a major role in this movie.
And they cut
Okay. Well, yeah. Let's keep watching. Okay.
You know what? You know what?
Wait, is that Dark Side? Who's this guy? Wait, that's Steppenwolf? That doesn't look like Steppenwolf. No, Steppenwolf looked like the guy with the little dangly things hanging off his chin. Well, yeah, he kind of looked like, Liam Neeson with like little like.
It was Qui-Gon Jinn back from the dead.
Like, what the heck was that? What am I watching here? These are all major characters. 3 hours later.
I just watched the Lord of the Rings of DC films.
There's another hour left to go in this movie. Did none of that. Where was all the jokes and all that? None of that's even in here. Who the heck made that other crap? Oh, the guy who did the first two Avengers? Really? I would have thought he would have done better than that.
Nope.
Man, I guess he got lucky with those two movies, huh? Yeah. Well, I haven't really heard of him doing much after that either. This is probably why. Well, hold on a second. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Did you know this? No, they said that it was going to be Zack Snyder's movie. That other movie wasn't Zack Snyder's. That was yeah. I'm telling you right now, we're watching it. Pause it.
As his screen pauses.
I'm telling you right now, this is movie all along, and they did not put this movie out.
It's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be crazy.
That's going to be recreated in homes all over the world. And I want to address. I do want to address something real quick. But Andrew Casali with the $5 super chat. Thank you, buddy.
What's up, Andrew?
Thank you, Andrew. You're awesome. Says WB does not care for their fans. That's why they hate Snyder and his cut. I mean, we haven't gotten Man of Steel 2 or Batfleck movie or series.
Well, Man of Steel 2 was BVS if you want to get technical.
That's true. That's true.
Right.
But I get it.
Yes, because you gotta for you to know, Zack was only going to do 5 movies. That was it.
That was dark. Yeah.
We had 3 right now. We're at 3. Yeah. Not 2 more to go if it comes into fruition, which I believe now is going to happen. But
you know what I want? What I want to have happen once Zack Snyder's 5-film arc is complete. If they came out with a box set that includes the 5 films, along with a graphic novel version of the 5-film arc.
That would be raw.
Illustrated by Jim Lee and Greg Capullo and Gary Frank.
That would be
like $250, but it'd be so worth the price.
Yeah, it'll be great. It will be great.
But think about like all the stuff that's in Justice League that's not going to be in this movie, right? And the jokes and the silliness and all of those things that are going to be gone from this film that people are going to wonder, like, what happened, right?
Mm-hmm. Like they were like, how'd they have enough time to film all this?
Yeah. Where
I thought they only did initial photography for like a week and a half. They must have not slept.
It's absolutely just unrealistic and unbelievable to know that's the case. I like this comment right here. And Jacob, I'm going to highlight this because on the surface, this may sound like a joke to say that Batman and Robin is better than Justice League, right? Listen to me when I say this, because I know that Batman and Robin is heralded a lot as like one of the worst movies ever made. Okay. But understand this, in comparing the two, I wouldn't say that Justice League is like worse. I'm more pissed off now. So I'm going to be more negative towards Justice League when I watch it. Right. And I'm going to be more lighthearted towards Batman and Robin, but at least Batman and Robin knew what it was.
That's
You got a
true.
point.
Batman and Robin
is true.
from the beginning
You're right.
was meant to be the cheeky callback to the 60s era Batman with the psychedelic colors and the ridiculous over the top jokes and all that. It was that from the start.
Yeah, and Jacob Ludy is actually directing this coming at me. He knows my hatred of Batman and Robin. But I can agree. At least Batman and Robin knew what it was.
Yes.
Yep.
At least that
Justice League is so disjointed that you literally have serious moments where there's battles and serious things going on, lives in the balance, and then all of a sudden you got crazy jokes where the Flash is tripping over Wonder Woman falling in her cleavage, or I don't do battle, I've never done battle, have you guys done battle, like you know what I mean, just silly stuff that like even the stuff that does hit, because I think that like the Aquaman joke when he sits on the magic lasso, that joke kind of hits for me. Because,
I like that.
Because he kind of goes off on, because he's like, they're in a serious moment.
And they also have a moment like that in the Wonder Woman animated movie when Steve Trevor's in the jet and he puts his foot on the lasso and, Yeah,
I mean, so that's something that would happen. And,
I did like that. I did like that.
If it weren't for the obvious green screen in that moment, I'd be like, okay, I can rock with that moment.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's so many moments in Justice League that they're way out of
left field.
And
especially
so
that Russian family, man. That
the freaking bug spray. Golly.
That too.
I'm just like, really?
The Russian family, the bug spray, what was the God dang, man. I can't even remember it because it's been so long since I watched it.
Right, me too.
We watched it recently to make fun of it, so unfortunately, I have a lot of details still in my head about that movie.
Oh, this is the other thing I wanted to bring up. This is the other thing I wanted to bring up real quick. First of all, D.L. Vince says WB is pissed that it's coming out, and they know once it's out and it's a success, it's going to embarrass them like y'all left up. It's it's gonna be like that Key and Peele skit, nah, you effed up, y'all left up, y'all left up. But so here's something that and Andy, I don't know if it's you. I can't remember if it was you who messaged me. I've had some different people message me in the last week talking about the worldwide release of this, because not everybody has HBO Max. I'm already hearing though, I don't know what's going to end up by the time this all comes out. Okay. But let me tell you something, because I know there's a lot of people feeling like they feel like they're going to have to bootleg it because they've fought for it for so much, and they feel kind of like if they're not giving it at the same time that everybody else is giving it, that almost like everybody's turned their back on them. And I understand that. I can't imagine what that would feel like to be just as passionate as we are.
Yeah. And
then be told, well, you can't watch it because of the country you're in. But let me just say this. There are different ways to do it legally.
There's a VPN.
There's VPNs that you can do, but also I'm hearing a lot of stuff from a lot of different places that now a lot of markets are opening up, because it's not going to be HBO Max, but it's going to be your various providers regionally around the world. Somebody just messaged me today about what it's going to be in Canada, because we have a lot of people who listen to us in Canada. And they're telling me stuff, and I've heard other things from Australia, different places. Like
HBO Go, there's the other thing with Canada, and then even Zack said today that they're working on getting it distributed in India.
Yeah, so give it some time. We still got a couple of months, right? We got a month and a half, I should say. We got a month and a half. A lot can happen, I do hope that it is released worldwide for all those fans. That I want you to know that we stand with you, we love you, and and I feel bad for anybody who wouldn't be able to see it.
Yeah.
Well, it won't be. Some regions are going to get it a little bit later.
Sure.
I know you got the Nordic
nature
region,
of the beast,
Right. You got the Nordic region, you got the Central Europe region. You also have in Asia. I know Asia is going to get it. I know they're going to make sure they're going to have that. Now, for the Latin areas, which is basically in those territories, which is for the Latin areas, they're going to get it later. Now, Brazil, for sure, they're going to get it because they're going to have the Google Play. In certain areas, they're going to have the Google Play. The reason why they took the Google Play down is because they're still getting everything together to put it in certain other areas. Now, what you were saying with the HBO, so in those areas, HBO that's by itself, and they already have it, they're going to make sure that they get it on that platform and the HBO Go. Now, some of the other regions, they're going to be a little bit later in the year, but they're trying to make sure that they can at least try to get it within the following week. So if they can actually get it by that time, that'd be great. But for right now, everywhere is skittish. Canada has, I forget what they got. I think it's not Sky, but they will have it day one with us. Yeah. And those regions. So everybody's going to be able to watch it. But they're definitely right now what they're working on Asia, the Asia region. They're definitely working on that because they want to make sure. Because in Asia, let me pull it up. In Asia, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Vietnam, Thailand, Singapore, Philippines, Malaysia, and Indonesia. They want to make sure. And you got to remember, Hong Kong is one of the biggest cities in the world. They want to make sure that it's there.
Yes.
So that's what they're working on. So don't be shocked, from the other people that get it later. But we're definitely going to have Canada's going to be one. I know Brazil is going to have it, and some of those other regions with the Google Play. And the Google Play is huge. All they got to do is download it. That's all they got to do. They just got to download it and watch it. That's it. Yeah. They pay for it, and that's it. And that's the good thing for HBO because now they're going to see the numbers from that. Those numbers are going to be ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that right now. So, so I think they're going to roll it all out. So everybody should be good by that time. So they're going to make sure everybody going to watch it. But
no, and that's the thing. Like we will all celebrate with you all.
Yep.
As you get it, we'll all celebrate together as each and every one of you get it. Now, closing up here. We're coming up to the 2 hour mark, and so I'm about ready. But this last comment here is the last one I'm gonna read. But it says, Enosh, do you find it weird that Joe Manganiello, yes, Jared Leto and Ray Porter have promoted Snyder Cut, but Ben, Henry, and Gall haven't. Does that make me feel worried? So I'd say this, Anthony. No, because here's the thing. The other three were featured in the movie. Mm-hmm. Okay. We know that we're going to see them in the movie. Ben has gone on record saying, that he was thankful that we were getting the Snyder Cut. Yeah, look, I'm putting these videos together, for this section of my music video. One of them is Ben saying, "Hey, we're getting the Snyder Cut is coming." Look at Jason Momoa, who was like, "Hey, we're getting the effing Snyder Cut," right? I got to figure out what I'm going to do with that because I want to make it kid friendly, and so can't drop it.
To be honest with you, even because I say that too because I was worried that Ben and Gal and Jason and Joe Manganiello and everybody else, they hadn't really tweeted out the actual posters and anything else.
But you know what? Henry was there. Henry was there the day that it got announced.
Exactly. When they all come together, when all of them come together, when they doing the marketing push now for the trailer, they're definitely going to tweet that out.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt that they're gonna have something where like the three of those guys get together, put out like a promotional video or something, or all tweet about it. Like something with them is gonna happen. They're not just gonna not say anything about it, right?
Right. And then on top of that, I stated this too for everybody, and think about this: they're probably gonna have the same promotion that they did with Wonder Woman 84, because Zack is doing that countdown for the release of the trailer. Do not be surprised if they do a Hall of Heroes presentation with all of them in the Hall of Heroes before they drop the trailer. Don't be surprised because the DC fandom Hall of Heroes was very. Think about it. They've been doing that with everything with the DC movies right now, and that good presentation before Wonder Woman dropped. Because remember, they did the presentation on the 23rd or the 24th before the movie.
The
23rd. So when they did that was a good. That was a good marketing play before Wonder Woman 84 before they dropped the movie out. So with that, they might get everybody all together for the Hall of Heroes before they get the trailer out, because the 14th, I think everybody's in agreement. The 14th is going to be the day that is going to come out. But Zack had already said that he's going to promote it days as a countdown, the same way that he did with DC Fandom before this trailer. So, hey, I will not be surprised if they do the Hall of Heroes, and then everybody that's on the staff that has a social media, they're going to go ahead and they're going to put the trailer out, promote it, and boom, there we go.
I never even thought about that. That's a great point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think that's what's going to happen. They're going to do the same thing with Wonder Woman 84, and that'll be fantastic.
Prime is always bringing the actual factuals.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, guys, so that takes us there. But I do one thing that I do want to say before we close out for today. I want to thank my panel. I want to thank Prime for coming in. Prime, is good to see you, man. Always good to have you here in the lounge when you can be here. Prime, why don't you tell people where they can find you?
Well, y'all can find me. You just type for my channel. You can just type in Prime76. My channel will pop up. And if you want to get me on Twitter or Vero, just type in Prime76. For Vero, just put at Prime. That's it. So that's how you get me. There you go.
All right. All right. And Dawson, can you tell us thoroughly and give me a couple of seconds here for something that I'm prepping? Can you tell everybody where they can find you and maybe what you got coming up?
Yeah, so you can find my YouTube channel. It's called Nerdy in Many Ways. It's got the little Nimwood logo right here. You can also find me on Twitter at NIMW32, as well as Instagram at that same tag, and also on Vero as well, along with Prime. You can find me at Dawson Weidrich. It's Wiedrich. It's kind of a hard spelling for some people, but you'll recognize me. I'm the guy wearing the Nimwa hat, the release of Snyder Cut shirt. I mean, it's pretty obvious to spot who I am on Vero.
Is that your stuff? Is that your cool merch?
Yeah, it's not my cool merch, but it's to the people. But anyway, so yeah, and some stuff that's upcoming for me. I'm gonna be doing a Superman Batman Public Enemies review either today or tomorrow, because I just watched that today. Continuing on my series of DC animated film reviews. I'm gonna be watching Godzilla from 2014 and reviewing that, preparing for Kong versus Godzilla, and we're also still working on my next What If scenario video, which is what if Supergirl was in the DCEU, which we're very excited about. Hussein is helping me out with that from Lightcast. And it's Prime's all excited over there. He's like, oh, okay, all right. So that's exciting stuff.
Heck yeah, man. I'm excited about that for sure, man.
Did I buy you enough time?
Yeah, you did. we didn't even get to the contents of the book. But of Sean Connell's book. But it's interesting because like most of the chapters have comic book connotations. Like I reckon you should know it. Why they fight, a Justice League of their own, a marvelous rivalry. Why so serious? Dawn of obstacles. Change the narrative tide. A death in the family, which I saw some people were really ticked off about.
Some people weren't happy about that one. Yeah, it's a very touchy subject.
It is.
I can understand why some people were a little mad, but at the same time, like I understand maybe a little bit as to why maybe Sean did that.
I don't know why people would get touchy about it, because it's really a DC reference.
It is.
It's a DC reference, but like I say, everybody's going to interpret it totally different. And then actually, why people? I mean, there was a death in Zack's family, so she convinced it was a death. So death in the family. So. I mean, I don't know how people are really getting offended by it. It's a DC reference, but it was a death in the family. Now, depending on how you actually execute the chapter and how it was written out.
Right.
Okay, that is the question. Right. That's the question.
Yeah. And that's a chapter that I personally haven't gotten to, so I can't speak on how that chapter illustrates that. But yeah, it's one of those things where like, if you don't like it, then I can understand why, but at the same time, if you're fine with it, then I can also understand, because there's reasons to think both ways, you know?
Yeah, no. So it'll be interesting. So I look forward to seeing how that plays out. Cylon Scotty with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Cylon Scotty. You're awesome. This is a great stream. Thanks all. Really appreciated you joining us today, Prime. always a pleasure to have Prime on here. And like
me, Cylon.
At any second, I could have looked just like you, bro.
$26.
Great hat. It's a great hat. Speaking of hats, ladies and gentlemen, you can get all kinds of awesome new Poindexter Lounge merchandise, including, check this out. We've got hats now.
Wow.
Look at that. We've got hats. We got trucker hats. We got with these hats. And they got lounge. And remember, anybody who gives a super chat or you become a member of the channel or you give to the Patreon, you are put in the running for this. We will give this away around Valentine's Day, maybe on 2/14.
Ooh.
See how that works? Don't even plan that stuff.
That's the DC Encyclopedia.
No, this is Batman Noir, the Long Halloween.
Okay.
So it's all black and white. Dawson showed us his.
Book.
It's a beautiful book. This can be yours. All you gotta do is at any point between now and the 13th, give a super chat, join the membership, or join the Patreon, and you are in the running for this beautiful piece of work right here. So today is going to be probably right now. This afternoon is stream 1 of the day.
Whoa!
Because Nosh is cute. Mad Max influence, I suspect. You know, Gavin, that's a good idea. G.I. Joe style. I like that idea. But so we'll be back tonight with a little late night stream, kind of an overnight stream. And guess what we're going to be talking about, guys? All this talk about Godzilla, and I'm happy for you. I'm really excited about that. But there's one monster that I've wanted to know a lot more about over the last few years. And look, some people have hated some of the sequels. Some people have liked the couple of sequels that we got. However it is, Cloverfield 2 is coming.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, it is.
And guess what? I'll just announce it. After the 14th, you know what the next giveaway is going to be? It's going to be the Cloverfield movies.
Yeah, let's go.
Cloverfield movies. We'll go ahead and I got that set.
Execute that. That's going to be interesting.
And it's not going to be found footage.
I know it's not found footage. It's going to be a real, just honest to God movie.
They're going to kick it straight off live on the Attack of New York. Right?
Oh no, we don't know. We don't know. I know there's a lot of people who said that they didn't like the Cloverfield paradox.
I actually really like it too.
Dawson, you and I should do like a give or take thing, like on
the Cloverfield franchise.
The franchise, yes,
dude.
Oh yes.
Let's set that up right now.
I love Cloverfield. I like everything about it.
Business meeting right here on the end of the stream.
Yeah, because Cloverfield is very interesting on how they actually constructed it. You know, because the first one was very intriguing because it was all footage, and then it left you with a cliffhanger, and then after that, the
10
Cloverfield Lane and something. The second one, and it was the dude that was in the field that really threw me off. That one. And then the one out, the paradox was in space. So, I really want to find out exactly what actually, if they're going to do the second one, that's going to,
I can't wait. I can't wait. I love Cloverfield. Man, it's such a good movie. And there's a Superman reference, and I love the Superman reference in the first Cloverfield movie where the character. Yeah, when they're walking through the tunnels and the guy's like talking about Superman, and the girl turns around and she's like,
"Oh yeah,
wait a minute."
Yeah, he's a major simp for her.
And she says something about Superman, and he's like, "Wait, you know who Superman is?" And she's like, "Yeah." And so it's great. It's great. It's a great found footage, and I'm just glad maybe we get some answers. Yeah. Right, to some of these, because look, this has been a classic J.J. Abrams thing. I don't want to get too much into because I want to talk about it later, but yeah, there's so many questions that were asked.
Also directed by Matt Reeves.
Yes, and so where we last left off in the Cloverfield paradox, we saw the capsule falling to Earth and a creature that doesn't even seem like it could be sustained physically. One of these beasts.
It's Mama Clovey.
Huge. I mean, it's so huge. It literally, what was it, like 1,000 Godzillas high or something? Like
It was a mass. It was above the skyline or above the cloud line.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like the pod was like a mosquito to this thing.
It's just freaking insane. And so I definitely am looking forward to hearing you guys' takes on this. And I'm sure we'll throw some other movie news in there and maybe take some calls, and anybody is welcome to come and join us. And so we're going to talk about this tonight. So look for this probably 11 or 12. I'll put out a post later. So look to YouTube and also Twitter, for the announcement on this. And then also don't forget, we will be back tomorrow night. I don't want to infringe on anybody, but we're going to try to do something early evening. When is your Monday night thing?
It kind of goes between like 7:30 or 8:30 or 8:45 depending. Okay. But I also have to make sure like that actually is how it is, because I had a job interview and I'm trying to see and wait and hear back about that. So
I don't like to ever step on anybody's toes, because look, Mondays, Happy Chat Mondays are awesome, and I love Happy Chat Mondays, and so we want to support you. I love to support the different people. Tiffany is going to be on League of Mayhem this week. They're going to be celebrating her birthday on League of Mayhem this week.
Nice.
And so we want to do something special tomorrow night. So be looking for that. I will consult with everybody, and we'll make sure that we're all good. But I don't like to, I try not to stream while other people are streaming, because I don't like to split the audience, and so many people watch both, and I don't like to make people like make a choice between one or the other, because we all love each other, we all support each other.
And if you do, choose me.
So it was great having him again here.
Yes, I suppose I deserve that.
That's all right. Well, no, it could have been like one of my moderators, because it made me sound like a real jerk on Thursday night, and I didn't mean to sound like this, because it's not how I meant it at all. But you all know The Richard.
Yeah.
So The Richard posted something about, because apparently Nicotina now has merchandise, right? And what I was trying to say was I didn't want a lot of links in our posted in the chat from our people, like, because we don't want the spamming issue and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so like he was posting my stuff and like where you could find me and stuff, but all of our social media stuff, for anybody asking, is always in the description of the video. You can always find that if you want to support the channel. All those links are down in there. But he was putting those in there, and so then all of a sudden I see this link comes up and says Nicotina's merch, like, go buy it. And I was like, and of course that's the one I see, like, that I make the comment, and I'm like, now hold on a second.
We don't do that here.
Like, why are we promoting Nicotina's merch first? But it came off like I was mad. I was like, I'm not mad about it. For goodness sake, I got the Nerdy in Many Ways hat. Like, Tiffany wants the shirt, I mean, like, we support everybody. I said, so I'm not saying, that we can't support Nicotina's merch. Sure, go buy a Nicotina shirt. But I felt so bad afterwards. I'm like, that's not what I was trying to say. Just don't put a bunch of links in the chat. That's all I'm trying to say. But yeah, no, it's funny, man. We have fun. Afterwards, I felt really, really
stupid. You're so stupid.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us today. If you're watching this on the flip side, let us know what you guys think about all this stuff down in the comment section. Leave a comment down there, because I love reading that stuff afterwards. Obviously, follow us on all of our social media, and let's keep having conversations long after these videos are done. All right. Like I always say, you know what? Always respect everybody. Like, we got so many good things, ladies and gentlemen, to look forward to, and so many awesome things that are coming up with the Snyder Cut. We have a date.
Yes.
I'm going to turn into Nicotina. We have a date. The 18th, folks, the 18th of March, which means I really got to get on my horse and get my song and my video done so that it comes out before the Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
But hey, it will. And so, guys, we have so much to look forward to. Don't let anybody tell you that your fandom doesn't matter, or that the things that you love don't matter. And always be respectful of everybody else too. Don't tell them that what they love doesn't matter, but treat everybody with some respect. Treat everybody with seek to have conversations with those that you disagree with, and come to a happy medium, even if you can't agree. And if you do those things, there'll always be a place for you here in the Poindexter Lounge. Until next time, stay nerdy. Bye-bye.